Help! I'm stuck on a LinkedIn search and I don't know what to do. Check out this video now and I'll show you. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. And if you haven't yet seen this channel before, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So let's get to it. All right, so I love how the subscriber list is growing and there's questions and I got LinkedIn invites, all that stuff. So keep that up. It inspires me every single week. Then as Techies grows, which as you would know if you've seen this channel, is my recruiting company I've had for 11 years. As we grow, I'm inspired even more to do it. So thank you so much. All right. LinkedIn searches, the actual work comes to being a recruiter, an actual headhunter. You have to be good at searches. And a lot of people just assume that means Boolean searches. And if you are going to sift through all these profiles on LinkedIn, then you have to get very creative. Lots of times being creative doesn't mean that it's a lot of work, does not mean that it's time consuming. It actually just means you're using your noggin. So last week, or I should say 2 weeks in a row, Emily Stellick, who is the Chief Growth Officer and my success partner in crime, she and I did what we did Undercover Boss. And we decided to spend a week, each of us, and we wouldn't talk to each other about anything. We did separate weeks and we just were a straight out sourcer. We didn't have our meetings. We didn't mentor anyone that week. We just really focused on being what it is to be a sourcer. So we got to get on LinkedIn Recruiter and have a ton of fun because recruiting is so much fun. And we wanted to see, like, are some of our searches that we have for our clients hard? Are they easy? Are we out of people on LinkedIn? You know, what's going on? We were hearing a lot of pushback from other employees. And so we wanted to attack it and see what was going on. So definitely inspired this week, which is, are you stuck on LinkedIn? First of all, let's just cut this out. If you are stuck on LinkedIn, you're not trying hard enough. That's a fact. If you are not getting out at least 200 emails first year searches, your work ethic isn't very strong. Or again, maybe you're just overthinking things. So let's take a step back. Every search that you do should, whether it's just for one client, for multiple clients, whatever it is, I personally like to look for 2 clients at a time, just so for me, it keeps it interesting and also gives the candidate a choice and they don't think that that's my only client. But anyways, regardless, let's just say you're doing one particular search. You need to have at least 2 to 3 searches for that search up at any given time. Do a broad search. You're gonna do your, really fancy Boolean search that has all of, the bells and whistles, everything you're looking for, which is gonna be really small, so you can just blow right through it. And then you're gonna have my favorite, and that's tangents. And that is basically coming from different searches, different profiles that you found common denominators for that either you didn't think about, you didn't know a particular company did that technology or did that work. You found a similar company of your client that you want to go for, or you're going off of the similar profiles on the side, whatever it may be, a tangent, a rabbit hole. I call it both of those things. You need to be able to spread your wings and do it because it's really fun. And that is what makes a really great recruiter. But a really great recruiter cannot always do these fancy tangent tricks because it is more time consuming. And it's also really fun. So I don't know, I like it. But you need to still keep it simple. So let's go back to the broad. What is a broad search? Let's just use a mobile engineer, for example. So you have your iOS, let's just stick with, and they used to do more of like Objective-C, and now they code in like a lot of Swift. So a broad one would literally just put in the title, iOS engineer and my little bunnies, or using the drop down from the little hamburger, which I just learned from Emily, thank you very much, on LinkedIn for the job titles. So that's a broad search. I just put San Francisco, that's my location, still a broad search. If I want, let's say 5 years plus experience, there's a couple different things you can do there, but let's just keep it again very broad. we're gonna put, because people trick you with their education, let's just say they graduated 5 years ago, 6 years ago, like whatever it is. There's a couple different ways to do that. And now that I think about it, I want to do a video on how you find senior candidates, because that's a good one. But anyway, so let's go back to the broad search. iOS, job title, San Francisco, location, wherever it is. And then depending on what kind of seniority you need, you can put senior in the keywords or just when they graduated. So that would be my broad search. My Boolean fancy search. Let's say that particular company needs iOS engineers with React Native. So I'm gonna put React Native in there. I'm gonna go for my React groups that people are in on LinkedIn. I'm gonna do something like that. Or maybe they want someone who has worked on a consumer app. So then I'm gonna go in and try to find, like, actually, one of my employees who's been with us for a while said, hey, why don't you go on your phone and see what apps you use? Because those are consumers, you like those, you enjoy them. They're user-friendly most of the time if you have them. So just look to see who works there. Are they in the Bay Area? So there's a lot of different ways to do your fancy Booleans. But when I say fancy Booleans, it really just means keyword heavy. And you're trying to like really make sure that everything you're looking for is on someone's profile. What's the problem with that? Why do people always say there's nobody left on LinkedIn? It's because they're too focused on a search. And if it was so easy, if every single person had an updated LinkedIn and their updated profile looked like their resume, guess what? Recruiters would not have jobs. We would not get paid as well as they do. Searching is hard. There's a lot of money to be made out there, but it is hard work. I was actually just reminded that last week by Emily. She's like, did we make it look too easy? It's hard work. It's not easy, it's work. However, essentially what you're doing is the same thing every day. You just have to be creative about it. I think that's where people kind of get confused. LinkedIn is giant. My firm alone, we have 17 recruiters on there at any given time, all the time, doing tons of different searches to service our clients. And guess what? I was able, so was Emily, to go on LinkedIn and find different ways to find people that have never been touched or looked at ever. So there's lots and lots and lots of tricks. And you know what? I would love for you guys to comment below if you are working with a team and do feel like you are on each other's tails. Please message below. And if I get enough messages, I will do that video on how to stay off your team's trail, because there's lots of tricks, but now's not the time. So this video, I hope you enjoyed. I would love to hear all about, your LinkedIn searches. What have you found that is hard? How are you ever stuck? If you're stuck, like what is going on? I would assume that if you are truly stuck, you're a little bit tired, you need to go walk around. You need to have different inspiration, because honestly, you should not be stuck on LinkedIn. No way. So like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear your challenges because I want to fight you on them. And I want to tell you a better way to do it. So, all right, I will see you every Thursday at noon. And don't forget that money is just the vessel that gets you to do all the amazing things you want to go do. Go live your life. See you next week.